Hey there, Chef Anthony Serrano, and thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my all-time favorite grilling recipes, my Chipotle honey butter basted southwestern stuffed pork chop made with, you guessed it, challenge butter. These pork chops are amazing. They're tasty, they're elegant, they're elevated, and best of all, they're extremely easy to make, and I'm going to show you how to make them step by step. So first up, we have our cream cheese. We're going to add in here, I softened some challenge cream cheese, just like that. We'll put that in our bowl. Add a little bit of finely minced garlic into it, or crushed garlic. We're going to add in our green onions, then our corn, just like that. We're going to start mixing that up. Then we'll add in our chilies, just like that. So it's going to have a really great flavor. The reason we like doing this is that cream cheese and all those great flavors are going to be stuffed inside of that pork chop, and it's going to add a lot of moisture to that pork chop, so the pork chop's not going to dry out, and it's going to have a lot of incredible flavors once you bite into it. Mix it just like that. Then we'll just put it to our side right over here. And our stuffing for our pork chops is now ready. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to make our butter sauce. So first up, we're going to add some melted salted challenge butter into our bowl. I just melted it a little bit. Then we're going to drizzle in a little bit of honey, just like that. Next up, we're going to be adding some of our chipotle in there. I add in a good amount of that chili that's inside of the can, as well as half or one of the chili peppers in there. So we're gonna mix this up just like this. We got that butter, we have the honey, we have the chipotle. I'm using my little whisk here to break up that chipotle pepper into smaller pieces. Like I said, it's not gonna be too spicy. It's gonna have a really nice buttery flavor, along with that sweetness from the honey, and then just a little bit of bite from that chipotle pepper. Now we need to make the pork chop. So what I'm gonna do is, I like using some nice, thick center cut pork chops. You wanna make sure that the pork chops are large enough so that you can put that filling in them, and you can wrap the bacon around it. Because I don't know if I mentioned that, but we're going to be wrapping them in bacon. How awesome is that? So we have our pork chops here. We're gonna get a sharp knife, and what I like doing is, I get the knife, and very gently, I cut a little hole like that. You don't wanna go all the way, and you use that knife and you rock it back and forth, and you're just cutting a little slit. Now you wanna make sure that you don't go all the way to the other side of your pork chop there, and you wanna sort of angle it in so that you get that whole inside cut, and you make a nice little pocket in there for our stuffing. After you've made the pocket, it's time to stuff that pork chop with that yummy cream cheese mixture. It might get a little messy, but just try to put as much as possible. Then wrap it with bacon, and if you have to use a couple toothpicks to keep the bacon from falling off, go ahead. Then just season it with a little salt and pepper. Now that our pork chops are stuffed with yummy challenge cream cheese and wrapped in tasty bacon, it's time to grill them. Remember, you want that grill to be about 400 degrees, preheated, nice and ready, so that when you put your pork chops on there, they'll cook quickly. You want to cook them for about 3 minutes on every single side. Then you lower the temperature on that grill to about 300 degrees. About 10 minutes before the pork chop is done, normally when they reach about 130, 135 degrees internal temperature, that's when I start basting them with our Chipotle honey butter basting sauce. Because you want to make sure that that butter sauce doesn't burn and it's going to get all crispy. So I like doing it at the very end. It gives a lot of great flavors. And when you do it at the very end of the cooking, that sauce is going to tighten up on there nicely. It's going to add a lot of great flavors. Once the pork chops have reached an internal temperature of 145 degrees, I take the pork chops off the grill and garnish with fresh herbs. There you have Chipotle butter stuffed pork chops.